Now, your forecast with Storm Tracker Live.
Throughout the day, Storm Tracker Live was mainly dry, and that's the case for us tonight. And it looks like tomorrow's going to be another mainly dry afternoon with maybe about a 20% chance for rain in the afternoon, with our highs reaching 92 degrees. Well, the full forecast coming up, but first, WDHN News starts now.
From WDHN, this is WDHN News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Ben Stanfield.
And I'm Carolyn Brewster. A man runs from Dothan police, but he couldn't get past the K-9.
Plus, highway news and more new jobs for Enterprise.
But we begin tonight with a scary form of identity theft, one you may not have even thought of. There's been a rash of credit card ripoffs in Dothan recently. The crooks so brazen they're using stolen numbers right in front of security cameras.
Taking hundreds of dollars on each trip through the checkout. The problem's so bad that the officer investigating has found himself a victim. This is an alarming story and one that Brianna Barr spent the day looking into.
Everyone's a victim. I go back to I was a victim 2 weeks ago.
High-tech criminal activity has hit home for Sergeant Shane Ash of the Dothan Police Department. His credit card numbers were stolen and used by the very people he's trying to catch, the crooks.
If someone does skim, they're skimming your information and they're getting your information and selling it. At some point, one of the thieves are actually going to use that information to put on a strip attached to their card. So the card will actually show their information, but on the strip, when they run the strip through the device, it's going to show your information, and the money's going to come out of your account.
More sophisticated thieves hack software, as was the case in the Target security breach. But in some cases, the culprits simply attach a device to a credit card reader, then lift your number and make strips that will work just like the real credit card.
Check whatever machine you're using. Look at it. Does it look normal? Does it look like what you have seen? If it looks like something's been added to it, a color doesn't match, if this lady that's at the register doesn't want to use that skimmer, she wants you to hand her the card, something's wrong. Don't do it.
Ash won't say where the fraudulent cards were used in Dothan. He cites an ongoing investigation. But a victim tells us when Dixie and Family Dollar are two places, there are likely many more.
Check your bank account. Check your bank account daily. If obviously you live in Dothan, Alabama, and you see a charge that's coming out of Tampa, Florida, or Tifton, Georgia, or Knoxville, Tennessee, and you weren't there, call the bank immediately. Cancel the card. The biggest thing is get it stopped, and you may even find out you have more charges than that, but check it daily.
But in today's world, there's no way to stop credit card fraud. It's a battle that will never be won and will likely only get worse. After all, even the police can't protect themselves.
Every day it happens. The issue for us is we want you to report it. We will report it immediately. It happened to me 2 weeks ago. So, and I did that. I reported immediately. Shut the card down, let law enforcement know, and see if we can get evidence and catch the criminal, catch the bad guy.
Ash said some of the victims don't report being ripped off for fear of embarrassment. But the veteran officer says every report increases the odds of catching the bad guys. And even Ash wasn't embarrassed to say he, too, has become a victim of high-tech crime. In Dothan, Brianna Barr's WDHN News.
Another tip Sergeant Ash recommends is using the gas pumps closest to the store. He said the skimmers are typically place the devices on pumps furthest away from the employees inside.
Well, the 4-lane project from the Enterprise bypass to New Brockton is nearing completion. Road crews out today working near the end of that stretch of Highway 84. They say they still have a few driveways and intersections to go before the end of the road, so to speak. Pun intended, by the way. Crews and, of course, drivers headed that direction are ready for the finished project.
Just working out here trying to get this thing safed up and get everything going. It's been a tough job, tough job. But to keep everybody safe and to keep everything going like it should, we're trying to get it done.
Once this is completed, road crews will move on to the next stretch of road near Elba. The State Department of Transportation is looking to make Highway 84 a 4-lane road across the state. This helps the area to attract more industry. And Enterprise did just that today. Another business and more jobs are coming to the City of Progress. Automotive supplier ACP North America is moving its headquarters from Atlanta to Enterprise.
ACP stands for Advanced Carrier Products, and city officials made the announcement this morning at a press conference. It was held at the Yancey Parker Industrial Park. WDHN's Valencia Jones has our coverage.
They're located around the world, as far away as Germany and Russia. ACP decided to move its main headquarters to Enterprise.
We're really excited to be here and part of this community. We are definitely bringing good jobs not only to this city and county, but also to this country, because the product that we're going to be selling to HSANA in our backyard is made now in Korea, and that'll now be made in the USA.
They process what's called a metal carrier for the automotive industry. It's inside the seal around your trunk or your car door or a sunroof, and they in turn sell these to customers all over North America.
We've been trying to do something with HSANA for over 10 years. And we finally caught the break we needed when we came up with the localization idea. And then when we met Jonathan's group and Mayor Boswell's group, they made it very easy and rolled out the red carpet.
It's the first Tier 2 supplier to come to Enterprise and a result of the growth of HSAA. And the company plans to open up to 30 positions at an existing building in Yancey Parker Industrial Park.
This is a great opportunity to create jobs for folks here that are above the median wage in Coffee County, that have great not just benefits in terms of health care, but 401k benefits.
You don't want to just concentrate on that particular big guy that's going to produce that 200 to 500 jobs. You want to bring in those other support personnel and support industries to strengthen our economy.
The city plans to hold a groundbreaking ceremony in August, and the company hopes to be fully operational before then. In Enterprise, Valencia Jones, WDHN News.
The company hopes to expand the plant within the next 2 to 3 years. Well, taking a bite out of crime and a man's leg. That's what Dothan police say one of their dogs did today. It happened this afternoon when a man pursued by police ran into a Montana Street home, startling the resident. Officers say they gave Stanley Cooper a chance to surrender, and when he didn't, the canine was sent in. Cooper was bitten by the canine and taken to the hospital for treatment. He was then taken to jail, where police say he has outstanding felony warrants. The person living in the home was not hurt.
A virus we told you about on WDHN last week. Alabama's first case of the mosquito-borne chikungunya virus has been detected near Huntsville. The health department says the woman has fully recovered from her illness. They believe she got infected while visiting Haiti. The virus has now been reported in Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, and Florida. The disease is not normally fatal, but can be for those with a compromised immune system.
After some extensive remodeling, the Wiregrass Rehab Center is reopening for business. Friday, June 27th, the WRC Market and Boutique will hold a ribbon cutting ceremony. The Market and Boutique offer a lot of items and at some pretty good prices, too. WRC representatives say this is a great way to enhance the local workforce and find some good deals.
They're awesome here. They love to work with me. I love to work with them. They're very nice, and they're always there for me and helping me out with my work and stuff, and it's just awesome.
WRC helps employees gain real-world job skills such as stocking and online retail, all while still getting a paycheck. They're then able to take those skills and training into the real world.
Enterprise High School will host its first college admissions prep camp. It's from July 14th through the 17th, and it's for students who sign up and attend the high school. The camp lasts Monday through Wednesday from 8 to 12:30, and they'll teach students where to start when it comes to college and career preparation. Students will also learn how to apply to colleges online and about financial aid options. A field trip to Troy University is planned for Thursday, July 17th.
The college admissions process just overwhelms students and parents a lot of the time. And I just wanted to come up with a way to really be able to have the time that I need to go in depth into all the steps in the process.
It will be a great way for them to just go into their senior year knowing that they're prepared. And for the juniors that attend, it's a great way to know what they need to do over the coming year to be prepared for next year.
The cost is $40, and students can sign up at the guidance counselor's office there at the school. Registration information is available online on the Enterprise High School website. Well, going to school, period, can be pretty tough, and especially if you're just starting out. That's why Slingleff Elementary is conducting the Summer Bridge program. The program is designed to help students prepare for their first year of school. Students participating in the camp will be attending Slingleff, Girard, Fane, or Kelly Springs, or Montana elementary schools in the fall.
It helps them to be ready to enter the readiness skills, learning to sit in a group and listening to the teacher as she teaches the academic portions of our curriculum. It prepares them socially to sit around their friends, how to raise their hand, how to participate in group activities.
This is the final week of that 2-week program.
A Dothan teacher is making science fun for middle schoolers. Jennifer Walworth, a teacher at the Dothan Technology Center, is hosting the Think Big Science Camp. It teaches students through demonstrations and hands-on experiments. The week-long program covers forensics, chemistry, physics, and engineering.
I want to be a chemist when I grow up, and this is one path to go to that career. I want to be one of those kids who can make a difference in the world.
Walworth said the camp gives students a different perspective about science. Well, U.S. lawmakers say the crisis in Iraq also poses a threat to the United States.
As such, the Obama administration is considering what actions it will take going forward as the situation in Iraq continues to deteriorate. Andrew Spencer reports.
Refugee camps in Iraq grow as families flee the violence. The children here are all too aware of what's happening around them.
We saw ISIS and a car with 3 bodies, and one had no arm.
One had his arm cut off, and 2 didn't have legs.
Under attack from ISIS militants, Iraqi security forces held their ground at the Baiji oil refinery, which produces much of the fuel Iraq uses for domestic consumption. The United States calculates as many as 10,000 ISIS fighters in Iraq and Syria, including escaped prisoners and Sunni tribesmen, operating with what officials call increasing capability and dexterity. And the threat isn't just limited to Iraq. The Obama administration's classified briefing on Tuesday certainly caught the attention of Republican lawmakers.
No member of the Senate could have left that briefing believing that the homeland is not in danger if these people are successful.
Well, I continue to argue that we need to target those supply lines that feed ISIS out of Syria. I think we need to target their command and control structure within Syria. I think we need to work closely with our allies in the region, particularly Jordan, to protect them from the growing risk that this poses.
Lawmakers float the idea of supplementing Iraqi airstrikes with U.S. firepower. But the consensus in Washington seems to be that any solution to the escalating sectarian violence will have to be political.
The general proposition you need a new government to fight for makes more and more sense as this thing deteriorates.
I'm Andrew Spencer reporting.
Coming up, a veteran and a homeowners association are having a dispute, one that could force him out of his home.
Right, plus heavy rains in Texas are becoming problematic for some. Those stories when we come back.
This is WDHN News at 10 with Ben Stanfield, Carolyn Brewster, meteorologist Scott Roberts, and sports with Hannah Trippett.
New tonight, Kim Kardashian is getting her own video game. If you're just sitting on your couch doing nothing all day, aren't you already playing the Kim Kardashian game?
Plus, Gary Oldman channels De Niro.
I don't think so.
New Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight on ABC.
The sun comes up and the sun goes down. Work away, work away. We'll haul that lumber, lift that frame, sing a little song and do it all again. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. Work away, work away.
Up for adventure? Made easy? Choose the 7-passenger Nissan Pathfinder. Load up your crew and get out there. Tackle any terrain and enjoy the peace and quiet. Wanting more adventure? Better pack a tent. Choose the best-in-class 26 mpg Pathfinder and save up to $2,000. Nissan, innovation that excites. Shop ChooseNissan.com.
We put our trust in these hands to build the new Heart and Vascular Center at Southeast Alabama Medical Center, and in these hands to perform the latest surgical procedures, so these hands can set the standard in coronary care. We treat more heart and vascular patients with better outcomes than any other hospital in the region, and this means you can trust your heart to these hands. The Heart and Vascular Center at Southeast Alabama Medical Center. Trust your heart to the best hands.
Spring is here, and Ronnie's Clothing and Shoes should be your first stop for all the latest fashions. Why shop Ronnie's? Because at Ronnie's Clothing and Shoes, you're guaranteed to get the most for your money, and with new styles like Southern Fashion House's new line designed by Missy Robinson, you're sure to stay on top of this season's hottest styles. So shop Ronnie's Clothing and Shoes in Cowarts, where you're sure to look as beautiful as this spring's newest flowers.
It's all here for you at Ronnie's Clothing and Shoes.
Put some good in your morning, Wiregrass, with
Good Morning America.
the new WDHN app, tracking bad weather instantly with free weather alerts, plus share weather pics and video with WDHN weather experts. Sign up today at DothanFirst.com homepage for the most advanced weather app in the Wiregrass.